Hey, welcome to another episode of the Park Hopper Show. And today my guest is Shana Matos. And she is joining me because I recently have been going through some fun movies on Netflix and I noticed a theme, and it was, for no better way to say it, is hit pieces, it seems like, on cruising. So while we all laughed, or I laughed at Poop Cruise, some of the things going on there that happened a while back, I was gone this week and I watched that other documentary about the missing person. And as a father of daughters, I don't recommend that at all, but it's rough. And I thought, well, this is terrible. I need someone to come on here onto the show and discuss cruising and the wonderful joys of it. And Shauna stood out in my feed more than anybody else as far as cruising, always looking like a good time. So Shauna, welcome. Why don't you just tell me about cruising? And we'll get more details of that, but what do you love about cruising?
Of course. Well, I'm Shauna. I'm a travel agent that specializes in cruising. My family specifically likes Disney Cruise Line and Royal Caribbean. We try to sail every 2 to 3 months. We sail very frequently. I do have kids and a husband, so I sail with my family. And something that we love about cruising is there's something for everyone. My kids are able to keep entertained the whole sailing. My husband's able to be entertained. I'm entertained. It's just easy. It's so easy. You show up to the port. From the moment you give them your bags, board, the fun begins. So it's an easy way to travel. There's something for everyone. And we love every morning waking up. Well, not every morning. You have sea days, but waking up multiple mornings of vacation and being somewhere new. There's nothing like open up your balcony, your blinds to your balcony, and seeing the new island that you're at the next day. So we personally it's an adventure, entertaining. We love cruising. It's our preferred way to travel.
Okay. Well, as a person who's never been on a cruise, I'm more of a theme park kind of person. It does sound nice, that the ease of it, because while I love a Disney vacation or a trip to Universal, it's a lot of work in the mornings. It's a lot of work to get there. And then every morning, well, it's a lot of work to get up and get going and get out. But it's almost like an actual vacation, it sounds like.
Yeah, I like to say, whenever we're talking about Disney World to me is not a vacation. I call it an experience. It is a lot of work to go to Disney. Mm-hmm. Disney World, Disneyland, anything you do at Disney requires a lot of planning too. And with Disney Cruise Line, it makes things it's a lot more simpler. It's an easier way to experience the magic. Disney Cruise Line is the only cruise line that can do fireworks on board. You have the characters on board. You meet characters that you don't get to meet in the parks, and it's just an easy way to experience the magic without the work of going to the theme parks. My husband, he really honestly does not like going to Disney World, but he loves Disney Cruise Line because he likes to experience the girls experience the magic, but he doesn't like the work that you have to put into it in the parks. So we can stand in line to meet Minnie inside versus standing outside in a line, to meet her. So it's air conditioned, the environment's more controlled. It's just so easy, and we get to go meet Minnie, and then we get to go ride water slides and go lay in a lounge chair versus going meet Minnie and, okay, what ride are we going to? Do we have reservations? Oh no, it's a 45-minute wait time. It's just so easy and relaxing. So it's a vacation. It's a vacation. It's our favorite. It's our favorite way to experience Disney magic.
Well, I'll get into it in a second. I had it on my list of things, but what is your real quick? What is your Instagram handle for everybody early on for the
free travel agent?
Okay, it is a good follow, and your husband does look like he has a blast. He might be the star of your Instagram. I was going to say,
no,
the fireworks are amazing. I've never thought about that before, but seeing them on the ship on the videos from there, like, this is nice. But your husband having the time of his life every time is the one. That's the thing that I'm like, maybe a cruise might be the way to go because this guy is having a ball So I love
Yeah,
that.
I don't share any videos of him looking like that at Disney World. It's a whole on cruise ships. He truly, I'm not saying he goes to Disney World, he's miserable. He has a good time with the girls, but we can really just let loose and have a good time and relax. And there's no worries about anything. And when we're in Disney World, he's still like his phone's ringing for work. My phone's ringing for work. We go on a cruise. We don't get the Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's nice.
We purposely will go and not get Wi-Fi just so we can totally disconnect and spend that one-on-one time with our girls. And it just means the world to them. It means the world to us. And it's memories that we will never forget. We are fully there and in it. We're together as a family, spending this time together. So at Disney World, if I'm waiting in line, I'm checking my phone for a lightning lane. I have a client texting me, and now my brain's immediately going there. But on a Disney cruise, I have no obligations. I have no contact with the world, you could say, because I'm just out in the middle of the ocean floating around on a ship.
Oh, that's nice. That is, if I had one stink about Disney World now, and I mean, there's probably a couple things that if I really dug down, but the fact that it's so connected to phones now, I never thought about on a cruise that you don't have to book all the different things constantly. So you're always, is this lane open? Is this, am I going to be able to get this ride? Is this closed? I'm going to have to mobile order my food, or I'm going to have to wait in line. And it's just, only my 13-year-old has a phone. The youngest doesn't, and we don't let her take it anywhere. But then mom and dad look a hypocrite because we're, at the theme park going, and then you're like, oh, wonder what's going on Instagram. And then you lose yourself in the day. You're like, this is not what I wanted. I wanted to have a family time. So that's awesome. I didn't think about it. No Wi-Fi. You turn it off. No. Oh, that just, to me, that kind of like, all right, I'm just going to X out of here and just go book a cruise now, because that sounds, honestly, I've said if I ever had $1 million, the first thing I would do is that the phone would be, you could never reach me. Five people might have my number, and that would be gone.
So many clients will ask me about Wi-Fi. I'm like, what do you need Wi-Fi for? What do you need it for? They're like, well, we don't know. Like, maybe we'll want to like check Instagram or check. I'm like, we'll do it. Like, take my word. You will thank me. Don't go on Instagram. Don't go. I'm not judging the people who do, but don't do it. Try not doing it. It's going to feel so freeing and so just, you're going to come home and you're going to look at your phone and you're going to be like we're back to technology, and your fingers even feel better because they weren't holding a phone, and it's crazy. If you give your fingers a break for even 4 nights, your hands feel better from not scrolling and being on your phone. Yeah.
And your posture probably.
You feel so much better. But another positive to cruising as well, and cruising with families, is kids care. You have Disney World, you don't have kids care. On a Disney cruise, you do have kids care. So if you want a date night, or if you just want to go lay next to the pool for a little bit and get some quiet time, you can do that. Disney Cruise Line, and other cruise lines, they have kids care. I mean, Disney Cruise Line, the kids care is a little bit more magical because they'll have characters that come in. Last sailing, my girls made slime with Stitch.
Two of my least favorite things. I'm not a big Stitch person, but slime.
I was like, really, slime? Of course, Stitch would be making slime.
Oh, yeah, that checks out.
But, the kids just thought it was the best thing ever. And the kids they get a vacation too. Like, they don't want to hang out with mom and dad the whole time sometimes. Like, sometimes they want to go do something. They met friends on the ship. They want to go hang out with their friends. So it's the safe space for them to go hang out, and then also for you and your significant other, or if you're traveling with friends or whatever, you can go get away for a little bit and get some alone time, get some adult time. There's spas, there's adult only dining. Disney and some of the royal ships, there's adult only pool spaces. So you kind of go get that relaxation time that you don't get in the parks. It is hands on 24/7 when you're doing theme parks. There is no. And they do have services. I don't know if you've seen where you can hire a babysitter to come to your resort. And I wouldn't. I don't know about it, but they do have it as a service because parents are looking for a break. They want a break, and they're spending all this money for a vacation. to go to theme parks, but it's not really a vacation. You need a vacation after you get home from vacation.
Right. Well, where is that? I mean, a Mary Poppins themed Disney based in-room daycare. That sounds like money to be made. Disney, if you're listening, my goodness, that's a free idea there. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Thank you.
you'll never. I mean, the big thing that you'll learn from a family trip anywhere is the value of a non-family trip somewhere. So once you have to spend the time with the kids and you love it. I mean, my kids, my little girls, amazing. Just all the things that we've done as a family of them growing up and watching them grow up, and they're getting older, and you're like, just it's sad, but sometimes you do that, and then you go somewhere by yourself and go, oh, I forgot what it was like to not have children. So to be able to go on a cruise and say, hey, you all go have fun.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I have to go somewhere for work, and my kids are just like, well, why don't we get to go? Because I have to go to work. But then I'm at my hotel and I'm like, oh, this is nice. This is like a nice break. And I mean, no shade to my children if they ever see this or hear this. They are the best. But to be able to actually go on the vacation with the kids and go, hey, you're still on your vacation. Go have fun. That sounds amazing. So there's no guilt. They're still having a good time. And then you're having a quiet time. And that's,
Yeah. Yeah. They're having dance parties with Pluto and they're doing activities. I mean, my whole family is gluten-free. I'm the gluten-free travel agent, and my whole family is gluten-free. I have celiac. We're thinking the girls have celiac as well. And my husband's like, at this point, like, I'll just be gluten-free too. So Disney did like a cupcake decorating class in the kids club, and they put my girls at their own table and had them gluten-free cupcakes.
Mm-hmm.
A chef on board made them gluten-free cupcakes, so then they could have cupcakes for the cupcake decorating competition. And
That's
something
awesome.
like that was just so special to my girls. I'm like, we cannot miss this. We can't miss this. We have to go to this. And they're getting to the point now, like we have to almost beg them to hang out with us when we go on Disney cruises because it's so fun.
Mm-hmm.
They're having so much fun. The activities that they are doing in the kids club, that like we have a talent show. We have a talent show prep. Like we have to go and do the prep, or we get to practice for the talent show. This talent show tonight, and they're like running around the ship, like practicing their cartwheels for the talent show, and it's just a whole experience. And it's truly, it's amazing. It's a neat experience. And I think that when the parents get a break, it helps the vacation. Mm-hmm. Disney World, I mean, sometimes like, I just need a break. Look, I'm going to go get a coffee. You guys take your time waking up. I need to go get a coffee real quick. I'll be back. And just like a 20-minute walk, you need to just the 20-minute walk, you need to just reset yourself. It's just, however many days you're at Disney, 5 days straight of go, 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 go. Where on a Disney cruise, it's like, all right, we had a really fun day. Let's you guys go to Kids Club. We're going to go listen to some live music, relax a little bit. And then we'll come back and get you. And then we all kind of go get pizza at midnight. And we're all laughing and talking about our day. And then we go to bed. So it's kind of like that reset. It's a really neat experience.
I mean, and you said it right. Like it's so difficult because you plan a trip and you invest in a trip and you're like, we're going to go have a great time. And you get this thing in your head of like, going to be perfect. It's got to be perfect. And everything is going to go smooth. And then you get there, and if you have little ones, they were not on board necessarily with everything's going to go perfect. And I mean, in our family, famously, my little one, who is 99% perfect now, when she was little, she was not an easygoing one. And there's video of her. It's about 95 degrees out, and she is face down, laying on the concrete, just screaming. Okay. She's just done with the day, and she's just collapsed, and everybody's staring. And I'm like, I don't want to pick her up because then I look like I'm her parent. So, like this child is falling apart in front of, the theater here. It's terrible, but it's nice that, to be able to say, you know what, she's having a bad time. We're having a bad time, and we're not looking at each other the rest of the day having that bad time together. So that's really great. Now, so you were saying with the kids, what characters are on the boat that you don't get to see? Is that we can tell?
Yeah.
I would love to hear.
Of course. So we have seen in the past, specifically, I know there's more wider range of characters at Disneyland. Mm-hmm. At Disney World, we don't get much of these characters.
Okay.
Captain Hook and Mr. Smee, we see them in parades, I believe, in Disney World, but you actually get to do meet and greets with them.
Nice.
And we've done things like playing treasure hunt in the grand hall with them, where like they've hid stuff. You never know what to expect with the Disney cruise. Like that's not something that's scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just these random little magical moments. One time we played hide and go seek with Pluto in the atrium. Like and that's not like on the daily itinerary. It's just Pluto pops up and wants to play hide and go seek with the kids. And that is hilarious. Have you ever seen like 50 kids playing hide and go seek with Goofy in a very small space? They're like hiding under curtains, under benches but it's cute. And you see like the little 2-year-olds are just like shuffling, but then you see the older kids too. And they just think this is the best thing. And it's so sweet. But you can see I've had meet and greets with Peter Pan, which I've seen him in Walt Disney World, but you have to kind of like, he's just kind of like randomly, like you have to be lucky if you find him. Mm-hmm. But he is all over the Disney Treasure. I have seen, I'm trying to think of who I've seen. Put me on the spot. I'm trying to think. I've seen like, Clarabelle during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Not Mickey's Not So Scary, sorry.
On the boats? We'll cut this out. We'll just
think Clarabelle on Halloween on the High Seas. Yeah, just trying to think. Like
Well, hey, wait a minute. What is this Halloween on the High Seas?
Oh, Halloween on the High Seas. So the cool thing about Disney is they have specialty themed sailings, mm-hmm. Which also kind of sells over Disney World, I think. Like the Halloween on the High Seas is a Halloween themed itinerary. They usually start in like the second week of September, the sailings, mm-hmm. and they go through the end of October. And it is a Halloween themed sailing. And there is special, like they decorate the ship for Halloween. Oh, cool. Even the portholes have like cute little like spiderweb stickers that like go over the portholes. And there's Mickey pumpkins, of course, all over the atrium Grand Hall. Every ship is going to have it's like a storytelling tree. So it's mm-hmm. like a Halloween tree in the atrium or Grand Hall. And then on one of the nights, there's going to be an actual Halloween party. Where it's going to be like a live performance on stage, dancing, singing. It's out on the pool deck that they do it. It's really fun. It's super cute, very entertaining. And then at the end of the night of the Halloween, the night that they're celebrating Halloween, mm-hmm. they'll do trick-or-treating.
Oh, which is really on the boat. That's amazing.
Yeah, they'll do, they do trick-or-treating, which is really neat. And so kind of where I go with that is when we start pricing the price of and I love Disney World, so it's not like I don't like Disney World. We're annual pass holders, love Disney World.
Yeah, this is not anti-Disney World. This is pro cruising. No. This is
we love Disney World. My husband doesn't, but
no one's perfect, so it's okay.
My girls and I do. We love Disney World, and but like when we start pricing the price of the resort, the price of just general park tickets. And then adding Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, food, when we start adding all this up, and then we look at this Halloween itinerary on Disney Cruise Line, I can make it so then it's actually going to be more cost efficient to go on a Disney cruise versus going to the parks and experiencing Halloween. Wow. Just because of the price of tickets have gone up so much. Mm-hmm. So, especially for like a family of 4, family of 5, the Disney cruise is looking very favorable for celebrating Halloween with Disney. Same thing with the holidays. We have they're called maritime sailings. Mm-hmm.
Like maritime, but maritime I like a good pun. Yeah.
Yep. They have the maritime sailings, and those sailings celebrate the holidays, and they'll have caroling, cookie decorating. Santa and Mrs. Claus will be on board. They make it snow in the atrium. The characters have their holiday outfits on. And same thing when we're looking at these holiday themed sailings, and then we're pricing out going to the parks and experiencing, the party in the parks. Disney's looking and like some of the sailings, it's pricing better than paying for food, mm-hmm. tickets, and resort going to the parks. So It's definitely something to consider around the holidays. It's extra magical. Also, it's taking you somewhere tropical. You get the Caribbean holidays. It's fun.
Well, I would say travel agents out there and Disney in general, you're doing a bad job because I had no idea that either one of those things existed. The Halloween and the Christmas on the boat, because people online, they go hard for the Halloween party. And then the Christmas party, I mean, people love that, of course. All of the holiday celebrations are cool, but I didn't know at all that it happened on the boats. So that's amazing to be able to
Yeah.
do that.
They decorate the ships for the holidays too. They'll have big trees in the atrium. Some of the ships will
Oh,
even have
neat.
the gingerbread, like in the Grand Floridian.
Oh,
They'll
wow.
have a gingerbread house. Imagine a cruise ship lobby smelling like gingerbread.
Okay.
Like that's an even smaller space than the Grand Floridian.
Mhm.
You can only imagine coming down the halls and smelling that. And then also Castaway. I don't know. Lookout. I don't think they had it decorated yet last year because it would just opened. It's their newest private destination.
Mhm.
But Castaway, I was there last year during the holidays, and they have the islands decorated. There's a big tree on the island when you dock at the island. There's a big Christmas tree up. There's lights. There's reefs around the island. There's these little snowmen that look like their noses are like melting off because it's the island. And yeah, it's really a neat experience.
Yeah, you are. I mean, you are speaking my wife's language. She's all of those things, like just being warm all the time. And I don't know how it is where you are today. It's fall has suddenly hit us out of nowhere.
Hot.
I was traveling this week, and I was in Arizona yesterday, and it was 110, and now I'm home and it's 75, and I'm like, we are really.
I have a sunburn right now, so I am like still. We were at the beach all day yesterday. It was so
nice,
hot.
nice.
Yeah.
And then we're in Kentucky, so like by Christmas time and the holidays, it'll be 45, and we'll be like, I'm like, come on, it's supposed to be cold for Christmas, but I'd rather be on the beach. So that kind of stuff, especially that time of year, that sounds like good sailing, because even the parks aren't that great at that time. They're shoulder to shoulder crowded.
Exactly.
A cruise sounds really good. Now you talk about all these fun things, the trick or treating and the hide and seek and the trees and all of these things. And honestly, I've never been on a cruise, so this is all news to me. But until I was watching that horrible documentary this week, I had no idea internally the size of a cruise ship, because you see the pictures and you're like, there's people at a boat, or here's the room, or here's the ocean with the firework. You don't really get to see the scale. And the people they were interviewing were talking about, you're literally almost like a city on a boat, like an ocean, like the boat is that big. And I had no idea. So the fact that they could put the giant Christmas trees in, do you have any kind of explanation of how big like one of these ships are? Because you think, when I think boat, I think, a boat, 20 people, maybe 25 people. And you're like, these 50 people are playing hide and seek. And I think, just the room to run around, that many kids, I'm like, wait a minute. This is a gigantic thing that I do not understand the scale of. So can you speak on that at all?
Yes. So starting out with Disney's specifically.
I like it. Specifically. That's good.
Okay, so starting out with Disney,
Mhm.
Disney ships are smaller than I would say like Royal Caribbean. Well, the newer Disney ships are kind of like the size of the older Disney ships. I would say, or even maybe a little bit smaller.
Mhm.
Disney ships they're not. They don't have this Disney city feel to them.
Okay.
Which I like. That's one of my favorite things about Disney is it feels very much like you're on a ship. And I like the older ships. I love the older Disney ships because those are they're just so cozy, and they're so like you'll just keep seeing the same people over and over again. And I'm a huge people person, so I love we pick up from the people that we're talking to at the pool the next day. We're talking again. Like it's the same people that you're seeing over and over again.
Mhm.
Disney started coming out with larger ships when it came out with the Wonder and the Magic are the smaller Disney ships, or the older Disney ships. Then they came out with the Dream and Fantasy, which they started getting a little bit bigger, which even those sizes still aren't anything like the larger Royal Carnival cruises or, MSC. We can go into other cruise lines as well. It's still a comfortable size. And even going into the largest Disney class where we're having the Wish, the Treasure, we have the new Disney Destiny coming out. Those ships still don't have that city feel. They still have that smaller atrium to them that are sticking to elevators. It's a very comfortable size still. Now, I just got off the Star of the Seas, which is the newest and largest cruise ship in the world by Royal Caribbean. And it was huge. It was big. I walked 8.8 miles one day.
Well, that's too many miles on a boat. That's crazy.
My legs hurt. My legs were sore.
That's crazy.
Every day, I was like 8.8 miles, 8.5. It's a lot. And their atriums are like malls.
Mm-hmm.
There are shops. There is the pizza's there. There's a Starbucks. There's a real Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
Starbucks. There's designer bag store selling Louis bags. There's and there's a whole perfume store. It's just a watch store. It's big, but it's also really neat. It's a really cool experience. But it doesn't feel like you're on a ship.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like you're in a mall.
Yeah.
But these larger ships do bring more entertainment and they bring more activities. As my kids are getting older, especially my Disney one's still diehard Disney, but my younger one is starting to lean more towards Royal because she's more adventurous.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a family that has older kids that are looking for more of an adventure, I would recommend a cruise like Royal Caribbean. Because when we're looking at Royal Caribbean, we start getting things like the wave rider, the flow rider, which is like the you can actually stand up and surf and
on the boat.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Okay.
Yep. The ship has that. And then rock climbing. Some of the ships will have zip line through the ship. You can zip line right through.
Just wild to me. Like it doesn't make sense in my brain.
Laser tag, ice skating. We were doing an escape room on the Star. They had 2 different escape rooms. They have aqua shows where people are diving from the big aqua dome, diving down. The entertainment is crazy.
Yeah,
it's insane. And sometimes on Disney, it's like, what do we want to do next? Like we've seen Mickey already. We've seen Minnie. All right, kids with the kids club. What do we want to do? We're Royal. It's like nonstop. Well, we could do this. We could do this. We could do that. Like there's just so many different things to do. I love Disney because it's magical and it feels very safe on Disney. I feel very safe on Disney.
Well, so you talk about the safety of being on a Disney cruise, and one of the things, again, that has been in the news lately was the child who fell off the ship and the father who went in after it. And I had no idea when I reached out to you, but you were actually on that sailing, which to me it was wild. It was a wild coincidence. So can you speak on the like the safety measures and, the travel or the rescue? You actually have video of that on your Instagram that you took with your phone, which is just, it's insane. So.
Yeah, I was actually up at the Aqua Duck whenever I heard the MOB port side, and I didn't really believe it was real because I sail very frequently. Like I said, I sail very frequently, and this stuff doesn't just happen all the time.
Right.
And that's why when things like this do happen, it's such big news articles because these things rarely happen, especially on Disney. And there's sites that you can go to see like the statistics of things like this happening. And this is very rare on Disney. So I thought maybe it was a drill. Wasn't really sure what was going on. Even the cast members were kind of like, maybe something just kind of fell overboard. Like maybe it was an object or something. Disney has sensors on their ship where they can detect if something goes overboard. So by the time I was at the top, I was next on the aqueduct. By the time I did the aqueduct, which is a short little loop around, and I got down to the bottom, the lifeboats were already going out. That's how quick Disney reacted. It within like probably 10 minutes of them, maybe not even, of them announcing the man overboard, they were already in the rescue boats going out.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, they were very, very fast. Disney was very fast at reacting. They were very very prepared. You could tell that they had practiced for this, they have trained for this, and they were ready for it. And they got them within, I think they said like within like 20, 25 minutes, which is a really quick reaction time. The fact that the captain had to slow down the ship, they said that we turned at like I think like 180 or something. And I didn't even feel the ship turn. It happened that quickly and so smoothly. And they were able to get to the father and the daughter, and rescue them both. And the crew was saying, they're like, it's a miracle. It is the fact that they were able to rescue not one person, but two people. That is a true miracle and just amazing reaction to such a traumatic situation that happened. And some of us were talking, that some of us guests who sail frequently were like, if this wasn't a Disney cruise, we don't know if they would have survived, because Disney did react so quickly and they were trained. And not that the other cruise lines aren't trained, but it does, most time this is not the outcome. There's a very small percentage that they would have been able to be saved. So
well, that's what
I'm going to fall overboard. I hope it's on a Disney cruise, because
well, that's one of the things that you get with
quick, and they go ahead.
Well, I think with Disney, like that's kind of their whole thing is like kids and families. So I know if you have little ones, like that is probably where I would lean towards going, because like I said, my little one, who is amazing now, was a holy terror as a child. And my oldest was elderly from the minute she was born. She was just an old lady and just very cautious and very, this is not a good idea. Move your glasses away from the side of the table. Like just nothing's going on. But the little one, I mean, I would be terrified. Even like when we go to like the fair, like our state fair, and I think, could she, if we had turned around, slide out of the side of this ride, or that kind of thing. So I would never put her on a boat, and because I would never be able to have a rest, because I'd just on high alert the whole time of what's this little monkey going to get into? Is she jumping? Was she climbing on things? And so the fact that that's like their kind of jam is like, we know how kids are. That's our specialty, honestly. So that's amazing that they did that. And I mean, you got to witness it firsthand, just the quickness. And you said they have like a sensor that if something goes off the side, what is that? You said
it's some kind of higher technology that they have. I know they didn't have it back in the day.
Yeah.
It's a newer technology that they have. I believe, I don't know the exact research and the exact numbers on it. I'm pretty sure there's only 2 cruise lines that have this, because I know there are some cruise ships that do not have this.
Yeah. It sounds very like Disney does a lot of cutting edge things, it seems like, and a lot of them lean towards like safety, just because, I mean, not to get too into it, that's kind of their whole deal is like, if something happened to a family, it looks bad it's bad for business, and it looks bad in the publicity. So, whether it's altruistic or it's a business decision, they are ahead of the game usually in any kind of safety thing. So if you ever were worried about anything, a Disney one is the way to go, it sounds like. So
I really think so, because even with their kids care, their kids club, I just like myself walking as a travel agent, I've been on trips without my kids, and I've been around they call it the Oceaneers Club for the kids 3 through 10. And I've been in that, just kind of like walking down that hall, kind of looking just to see what it looks like for whatever ship I'm on. And I've had a customer walk up to me like, are you picking up or dropping off? And no, they noticed I didn't have kids with me. And they're like, okay, well, if you're in this area and you don't have kids, you don't need to be here. Like, please keep walking.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
Yeah, that's good.
Love that. Thank you. And I don't think I look like that suspicious of a person, but the fact that like they saw I didn't have kids with me, I don't belong in that area. I shouldn't be hanging around that area. You need to keep walking.
Yeah.
And they have hours that are open house where if you want to come in and check it out when kids aren't checked in, then you can come in during that time. But if you don't have in this space, you don't need to be here.
Yeah.
And I was like, that makes me feel really good. Thank you. And when you check them into the kids club, you will the kids will scan. They have like magic. They wear magic bands, and they'll scan their magic band to go in. And we'll scan our bands, and then the kids will go in. And then when they come out, even if they're yelling like "Mom, Mom," like they're so excited to see us, it's still you gotta wash your hands, scan your band. Their pictures
Yeah.
are coming up, my picture's coming up, so it's showing that I'm the person that's supposed to be picking them up, and then still I have to give them a security code to pick them. So there's still a security code that we have to give to be able to get them out, and it's like a turnstile locked gate that they have to come through. And I'm like, not gate, but like little like door thing that they come
Mhm.
through, and I'm like, that makes me feel amazing. Where on Royal, you can just walk back the hall, walk into one of the rooms, and walk up to the desk. And I was like, I don't know about this. This doesn't make me feel good. Like this isn't. It's just it's different.
Mhm.
Disney just they take that extra step that makes you feel safer.
Mhm.
So
And it's
um,
horrible, but it's kind of the world we live in. That's you have to take those precautions. But that's what I always tell people about the parks. That they're like, well, isn't it weird? If you have little ones and you're a million people around, and I'm like, it's something about just knowing that whatever they've done, they're on top of it. You walk into the park and you feel, oh, they call it like the Disney bubble. You're in that
yeah,
area, and you're like, I am safe.
yeah,
They're given the illusion of a theme park and like a street and like you're walking around. But in all honesty, if something were to go wrong, it would be fixed because, these people for the most part have been vetted for even the people who are like with you. You're like, if someone had to go out of their way to be here, this isn't just like, you're a rando off the street and then
yeah,
everybody's here is trained and there's all kinds of security that you can't see. And it's just, I think that's part of why I enjoy it, where my wife would be like, we should go to New York City. And I'm like, no, that does not sound like a fun trip to me at all. But I'm like, Disney, you want to walk on the street and get overpriced food? Let's do it here where we feel safe
yeah,
instead of where, there. So
yeah.
I love that. But also, let's talk about going on these trips without kids, because that seems also a good time. I saw on your Instagram things like a silent disco.
Mhm.
What is that like what is that exactly?
So a silent disco is you'll get headphones
Mhm.
and they'll have usually 3 different stations that you can listen to. Sometimes like a rock and roll station, hip hop. A lot of times we'll have like a Latin station, which I
Mhm.
love for Spanish speaking guests on board. So there'll be different music that you can choose from. And a lot of times it's not so silent, because my favorite part about silent disco is taking my headphones off and hear everyone singing the different songs at once. You can't hear it whenever you have the headphones on and the music playing. But if you pull your headphones off, you'll hear everyone singing all these different songs, and you'll hear like this feet, like people like scooting across the foot. Like it's so it's sometimes more entertainment to take off the headphones and watch a
Mhm.
silent disco than to um actually listen to the music during the silent
Right.
disco. Disney will do a family friendly silent disco.
Mhm.
And thing with Disney, it's gonna be a preset playlist. So Disney will have family friendly, and then they'll usually do an adult only.
Mhm.
But nobody really goes to the adult only silent discos on a Disney cruise because it's mostly families.
Mhm.
So the adult only silent disco is usually pretty, I say lame, but it is. It's pretty lame. Like it's usually just my husband and I in there, and like
Yeah.
maybe a couple cast members that aren't working who are able to go out and engage in activities on their break. So Disney does a good job at their silent discos. It is fun. It's a good time. But my favorite silent disco is on a Royal Caribbean sailing.
Mhm.
They have live DJs that spin. So they'll have 3 DJs that are spinning, mixing on the different stations. So
Mhm.
you choose which DJ you want to listen to. And each DJ is spinning like their own style of music. So it's live music, a live DJ spinning.
And in your headphones. Yeah.
Yeah, in your headphones.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really cool. And then on some of the ships, the adult only silent discos, they're doing a toga party with it, like a toga party silent disco, and it's so fun. And those parties are very like they're shoulder to shoulder.
Mhm.
Especially the adult only. They do family friendly ones. I haven't done a family friendly silent disco on Royal Caribbean yet. I actually hope to do it on our next month. But the adult only ones on Royal Caribbean are a lot of fun. And on Star of the Seas, They did actually that was a family friend. It was a media sailing, so it was mostly just adults anyways.
Mhm.
But you could put your headphones on and then it was in the promenade. So like that's their big atrium, like long strip of shops and bars and restaurants. So you could listen to the music and go get a slice of pizza or go to a bar and get a drink and have the head. Everyone's just kind of like moving around the ship with these headphones on, doing different. Some people shopping in the shop with the headphones, doing the silent disco. I was like, it was so funny. Like everyone's doing different things, but people are dancing and having a good time, but like in between, like doing things with the headphones on.
Well, this is so. I mean, all of these things, and this is why I had you on. All of these things just blow my mind that this goes on because I've always thought sailing. It looks relaxing, if you have a room that can see out and you're seeing the ocean, or you're laying on the pool deck, or you get to the island and you're on the beach or something like that. But I've been kind of the buzzkill as far as a lot of people that I know when I'm like, well, we could do this at home and not on the boat. Like, why can't we just go lay out and why are we spending all this money to go do this when we can just go to the beach and stay in America and not get on the boat, just go back to the hotel at night and just not be on the ocean. But all of this entertainment, all these things, it just sound like I had even researching to get into this, I had no idea all these things go on the boat. So it sounds really, really cool. Let me ask you something I also saw on here, the Rainforest room. Now, can you explain what that is?
Yes, and I also want to go back to you say like you didn't even know these things happen.
Sure.
And
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I want to go back to that because it's funny you say that because a lot of times like you're surprised these things happen, and in the moment when you're doing these things, maybe it's not everybody, but I'm the kind of person that will sit back and be like, "We're in the middle of the ocean right now. Like I can't believe we're doing this. Like
Right.
we're in the middle of the ocean. All of us just decided to show up in togas." And like we have all these people from all over the world, from all different places. We can all unite one night, wear togas, and go to a silent disco party. And it's such like a surreal feeling. Or even on Disney Cruise Line, they have the pirate night. And all of us just got this memo. We all got the memo. We're gonna dress like pirates one night. We're all gonna like oddly put these pirate costumes in our suitcase for this Caribbean sailing, and one night we're all going to dress up. Not everybody, but majority of the ship. We're going to dress up like pirates one night, and we're going to have this big pirate party, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So, in moments like that, I'm like, it's so surreal to me. Like, how does this happen? How this is so cool that we were just floating in the middle of the ocean, and these things are going on.
Yeah,
and then I often think other ships passing by, like, what are they doing? Do they know that we're in togas right now doing a silent disco? Like, it's just a neat... And you'll see other cruise ships passing by as you're on your ship. Like, what are you guys doing over there? Because we're over here dressed like pirates.
It sounded like having the best time ever. It
is. It's so much fun. It's so neat. So, about the Rainforest room, we love the Rainforest room. It is absolutely... And it's one of those reasons that I love Disney and the kids club because you can put them into the kids club to be able to go to the Rainforest room. Or when I've been traveling along with other adults, with adult kids, then I could take part of it as much as I want. But the Rainforest room will have, it's usually, I think it's 4 different showers that you can go into. There's like a steam shower. There's a thunder shower, like it's thundering and like the lights and the water. It's incredible. And they'll have a steam room. They have a cold room that's like, it feels really good. I think it's called the Frigidarium. I think it's called. I never pronounce it. But it feels amazing, especially if you have a sunburn and you've been in the sun all day. To go sit in there and just relax, it feels good. And then they also have my favorite part of the Rainforest room is the heated loungers. So they're like almost like these stone lounger chairs. And on some of the ships, they actually look out at the ocean. So you can lay in these stone loungers. They got these little lights that you could do. You could read books if you sit out there in the evening and sit out there at sunset. And you can sit there, you can read a book, you lay on the heated lounger. It feels so good on your body. And then, some of the ships they have in the interior, like in the inside of the spa, they have the loungers, but that is my favorite part is the loungers. They'll have hot tubs that you can, like jacuzzis that you can get in. It's just, it's a just escape from everything. And it's so quiet and just so the smells of the spa. And it's such a beautiful part of the ship, really.
Yeah.
They will allow you to, when you first board, usually be up until muster drill, time that you have to go do your security check, which is also great for cruising. Is they have the security of the safety of you go and you learn what would happen if something did happen to the ship, where you're going to go, and which we can get into things like that. But up until muster drill, you'll be able to tour the spa. And you can go in, you can look at the rainforest room, you can tour the different spa treatments. I usually like to play around with the showers and make the noises and see the rainfall. And you get to walk into the steam room and feel it. And they'll usually have some kind of promos or deals going the first day. If you want to get the rainforest room, I would highly recommend. There's a rainforest pass it's called the Rainforest Pass.
Mm-hmm.
You need to book it in advance before you're sailing. They only sell a number of passes, so then it's not overcrowded per sailing, which
That's
I
good,
love. Yeah, and you could do a day pass, or you could do a pass for the duration of your sailing. As much as I would love to go every single day in my sailing when I travel with my kids, it's not. I don't feel like I would get my money's worth. So usually just like a day pass to treat yourself for like a day. Having younger kids, if I had older kids that maybe explored more, it's so hard. Even though we sail so much, I never know what my kid's mood's going to be during the sailing. Are they going to be more clingy? Are they going to want to spend more time with me? And I would never want to feel like I have to, I paid for this, so I have to go and I need to get my money's worth out of this spa.
Mommy's going to the spa. Figure it out. Yeah.
Exactly. So, usually like just a day pass is good, even though I wish I would have gotten the whole sailing. But if I'm traveling without my kids, it's a must. You have to get it. You're going to spend time. And I mean, maybe not everyone, but I could spend my at least an hour every day in the rainforest room.
I mean, just everything about this, like you said, it sounds like a vacation where you actually, you land and you come home and you're like, I just feel, I might be a little bit sunburned, but I feel relaxed and I feel nice and re-energized, where sometimes, a regular vacation, like, oh my goodness, can we just get home and then sleep in our own bed and just get actually some sleep and not take, not walk 8 miles, even though, sometimes you do on a boat, it sounds like too, but all of that stuff. So, I mean, a cruise, it sounds better and better each time I hear about it. And also you said earlier, and I did see one of your posts that, it's not unreasonable, the price, because also that's a thing that, and we have friends that are travel agents and do Disney trips, and some of the things that they've told us, the prices that they've paid, I said, well, no, thank you. But, some of the things that you were quoting on Instagram, I was like, well, that's half of what we were told this might run. So, you see Disney and you're like, oh boy, you start aching a little bit in your wallet, just knowing that it's going to be something crazy. But I mean, like you said, it's reasonable. It's not too dissimilar to a trip, depending on like what hotel you stayed at Disney. So if anybody is interested, she's the expert. And, I'm not even going to get into it now, but, you were naming all the different boats. And, I think it's a Disney cruise line. There's a line of ships. It's not just a boat. And, there's Caribbean, all these different things have the different boats. And, you need someone to walk you through it. You could do it on your own, but why do it on your own? Because you've got someone to do it. So before we go, though, I would like to talk, because this is also on theme with what we're doing. It looks like you also have a lot of fun at the Disney water parks. And I've talked to a lot of planners on here, and most of them do not do the water parks. And to me, that's a big loss, because I remember, of the age I am, when they opened up was my prime when I was in middle school, is the years that we went several years in a row, me and my family, and we always went to the water parks because they're incredible. And we have a water park here we go to all the time in Kentucky, and it's fun, but it's because my kids have never been to Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach. And we've definitely, they've definitely not been either of those. So they're still doing the promo where day of, it's when you arrive at the hotel now, you get a free water park day. Is that correct?
Correct.
So, what kind of fun is there to have at these water parks? Because, like I said, most people don't go for some reason.
Yeah, I live in Florida, and I encourage a lot of my friends, and a lot of my friends do. A lot of families will just go down and book a one night, even just go stay at the All-Star Music or movies, go stay at one of the value resorts, get free water park tickets. So
that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you add up the price of the water tickets versus the price of staying at All-Star Music or All-Star Movies for the night,
Mm-hmm.
the water park tickets cost more. So it's an amazing offer that they're doing right now. And it's also tying back into cruising. It's great for a pre-night stay. I always recommend coming the night before. And if you're staying out Port Canaveral, what's better than starting your trip at a Disney resort, going to the water park for the day, having the free tickets, and it's a great way to kick off your vacation. But it's kind of hard to choose between which water park we like more, Typhoon Lagoon or Blizzard Beach. My family is half and half. Half of us like Typhoon, half of us like Blizzard. There's something for everyone for families. Blizzard Beach just recently renovated a little frozen part of their water park. And there's even little raft water slides that they have. There's a lifeguard at the top, of course, it's Disney. A lifeguard at the bottom waiting to catch them. And it's a perfect little thrill for them. Our friends were traveling with a 3-year-old. He was having the time of his life. And I saw around 2 years old that were riding that. So there's something for the littler kids, a little splash area. We know kids, especially younger kids, love a splash park. And both Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach have that. But then we have the larger attractions for the older kids, larger thrills, body slide, family river raft slides, not slides, family river rafts. There's
Lazy River
options. They always have some kind of specialty treats, theme treats. If you're someone that likes food and you like kind of finding those exclusive treats and snacks, I think it's Blizzard Beach. I think Typhoon Lagoon too has it, where you can get the big ice cream. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
The ice cream and the beach pail bucket.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a bucket of ice cream.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. And she's much like the boat when you think, oh, it's a boat. Oh, it's a giant boat. It's like, oh, this is a bucket. This is a huge bucket of ice cream. Well, I've seen it on YouTube. It's pretty amazing.
But it feeds a family of 4, and I believe it. And then they have characters.
Mm-hmm.
I met Stitch last time at Typhoon Lagoon, and there was nobody. He was just standing, and there was one family ahead of us, and I just walked up and got my picture, and no one was behind us. We spent about 5 minutes hanging out with Stitch. That alone, I was like, I'm sold. I can go home. I got to hang out with Stitch. No line. Fine. I love Stitch. So I was like, 5 minutes. My kid got to hang out with Stitch. We went on my daughter's. We actually celebrated her birthday at Typhoon Lagoon. I asked her, I said, what do you want to do for your birthday? She's like, I want to go to Typhoon Lagoon. So we went down. We spent the day of her birthday at Typhoon Lagoon. Came back to a resort that night. We went to Magic Kingdom for the evening. But my kids love the water park. It is such a when it's too hot, it's such a great way to start your vacation nice and cool and get those jitters out after being on the flight. You don't feel like you're even if you just go in for a couple of you don't feel like you're wasting time. It's free.
Right.
So you might not want to waste your whole first day at a park. You land, you want to do something, but you don't want to go to a park because kind of wasting time going to the park. Go spend a couple hours in the water park. It's free.
I mean, that was one of the promotions that I was like, oh, Disney is like, okay, we're adding some of this magic back now that, Universal's kind of like, hey, we're coming for you. So I remember going, and that was like, when I was a kid, it was like, oh, this is open. That was like our day. We would go spend the day at the water park, but that was like an actual, this is our Magic Kingdom day. This is our water park day. But now, I mean, whenever we would go, you get there a little bit in the afternoon and you're like, well, I don't want to buy a ticket for the whole day.
Yeah.
And you could go, I mean, I love Disney Springs. I've always been a big Disney Springs person, but if it was between Disney Springs and a water park, I mean, I'm going water park and then Disney Springs for dinner, you could see that at night. I mean, that's crazy. So I love it. And probably just much like everything else, we have a water park here, and I was a nervous wreck taking my children when they were younger because you just never know. But I feel like that's another thing. You're like, hey, Disney, take a 3-year-old, take a 2-year-old, let them splash, because kids just, they love, they just, even, just if they're just smacking water sitting in there, it's silly to see. But
a puddle. It could just be a puddle.
There's so much stuff, but you got to think these people are trained. Like, this is the safest place to take kids in water, because, like the one here, like, these are just clearly just high school kids that are doing it for the summer, and they've passed the bare minimum, certification, and, no shade to them. I'm sure they're doing a great job, but just to know that, oh, I've got a toddler, I'm in a wave pool, somebody's got an eye at all times. So
yeah,
it's part of that the Disney magic. So I love it. Well, I appreciate you coming on and doing this. Like I said, I've never been pro cruise ever. I've never been like anti necessarily, but I always think it just seems like, honestly, it sounds dull. It sounds like, to me, like, I like the beach, but if you're at the beach like 3 or 4 days in a row, like, I'm just antsy when you're sitting around. Like, I'm not a good sit or layout kind of person, so I need activities, and we didn't even touch on the food really. And I'm sure the food, and even gluten-free, like you said, just options. And I've heard Disney does gluten-free well, because
they do.
We do not have the issues. And I'm so sorry that celiac is, that's a rough thing, especially, I worked at a health food store for years, and we would see the people come in, and you're like, this person needs this, and this person is just being trendy. You can go back at any time. But I thought, so I tried it for a while, and you feel real good when you don't eat any wheat, but just knowing that option's there. So I'm like, all these people, bless their hearts, who can't have it. Then you go to Disney, you're like, well, I'm here, I'm going to have something, be a little naughty, and I can do it. But knowing that they have good options,
Well, yeah.
And if you have to have it, then you can. They think of everything. They're very good.
They do. They're awesome. If you have allergies, gluten-free, even if it is trendy, not trendy, you're going to be taken care of. They're going to do an amazing job. It's the little things like ice cream cones. I'm so thankful for Disney Cruise Line. On Royal Caribbean, they don't do gluten-free ice cream cones. They're like, here's a cup. You can put it in a cup. And I'm like, but I want a cone. And Disney Cruise Line has allergy-friendly cones behind the counter.
That's amazing. So yeah, because that's
everything.
Yeah, I just can't. I would have never even thought about the cone. That was the thing when we tried to do it, and then you don't eat any wheat or any kind of like that for 6 weeks, and then you accidentally have something like that, and your stomach's like, whoa, what is this? So it's something you never even thought of like that. So that's amazing. Hooray for Disney and all they do. So
I know. Disney is always going to win my heart. It's always gonna. I love exploring other cruise lines, and we love sailing Royal, and we really like Royal. But Disney, at the end of the day, they just, there's just about it, it's magical. And we sail Royal probably now just as much as we sail Disney. So love both cruise lines. Disney just always thinks of this little magical things, like here's a gluten-free ice cream cone, and they polish all the edges. So
yeah. Oh, that's a great way to put it. So thank you so much for coming on here, and I will put all of your information in the description. So if anybody is interested in cruising, and they should be after listening to this. It sounds super fun, especially they do it year round, correct? So
yeah. Oh yeah.
As it starts to get colder, depending on where you are, like it's going to start. It'll be fall soon, and then boy, if winter is anything like summer was here, it's going to be freezing. It's going to, like, the reverse hits us real hard. So, if you're feeling cold and you want somewhere to be or somewhere to spend the holidays or Halloween, which who knew about that, give her a shout. And thanks for listening.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
It was great.
Thank you.